Yo, what's up everyone? Abigor here, and today I'm back here for another banging video. So, I have to come on here and talk about this because there are a lot of delusional neckbeards out there, specifically the IWC. If you've been a wrestling fan for a while, you would know how the IWC is, man. The IWC on Twitter and stuff like that, a very toxic, uh, a very toxic place. A very toxic place. Know what I'm saying? A very toxic organization, but Um, here's what these people need to understand, bro. Like, especially when it comes to WWE, because people should have been knowing about this about WWE, but they want to put the same agenda against all wrestling companies, which is strictly not fair because some of these companies don't air out the same, you know what I'm saying, the same goal as, you know what I'm saying, other companies. So here's the deal for WWE. For those of you guys that expect a lot out of WWE and expect to be 5-star matches every single word, bro, you seriously have to stop, bro. Because this is more than a wrestling business, bro. It's World Wrestling Entertainment. The purpose of watching WWE is to entertain you. Okay? Because we all know that wrestling is scripted. And if you just expect great matches all here and there, then you're going to disappoint yourself. And for this, it's ridiculous because that's all people expect from WWE. They treat WWE like it's AEW and New Japan and all this other stuff. Like, that's not the same agenda, bro. All these companies don't have the same agenda. WWE is based off of sports entertainment. Sports entertainment is the reason why WWE is successful, not the wrestling, bro. I'm not saying that wrestling is not important. The wrestling is important too. But when it comes to WWE, bro, WWE is one of the last things that they focus on when it comes to wrestling. Wrestling is one of the last things that WWE focuses on. I mean, is it great? Is it cool to see great matches? Yeah, sure, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cool to see great matches, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if that's all you're expecting, then this is not the place for you. Because everybody has their likes, everybody has their differences and stuff like that. But the biggest moments in WWE didn't involve wrestling at all. It didn't involve wrestling, bro. Some of the biggest moments in WWE history, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Roman Reigns turning heel, that was a big moment. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't involve any matches. He just came back and just, you know what I'm saying, destroyed everybody. John Cena turning heel, that was a big moment. You know what I'm saying? That didn't involve any matches. The Hulk Hogan, when he turned heel, that was a big moment in wrestling. That didn't involve any matches, you know what I'm saying? And if you do want to involve wrestling, you know what I'm saying, you could add some cash ins, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Seth Rollins with the heights of the century. Arguably top 10 biggest moment in WWE history, bro. Maybe top 5. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are a couple cases, but what I'm trying to get at is most of the things that WWE is successful for doesn't involve wrestling matches. Yeah, they might hate each other and stuff like that, but it didn't involve a 5-star match in order for it to happen. That's the problem with modern wrestling fans, bro. They just expect match after match after match, even though that's pretty much what they gave you years ago. Back in like 2017, 2018, maybe 2016, even before that, they gave y'all every single thing that they wanted, including more matches. Y'all just wanted match after match after match with no segments. Wrestling needs segments, bro. Wrestling needs the entertainment. That's why, like I said, they call themselves, or for WrestleMania, they call it the greatest live event in sports entertainment. So why don't they call it the greatest live event in wrestling? Because that's not what they're focused on, bro. The only time you could, you know what I'm saying, focus on the wrestling part is during the pay-per-views or the PLEs. Whatever you want to call it. Only during that time. Other than that, bro, if it was like a regular Raw or SmackDown and you're expecting nothing but matches, bro, you got it all wrong. And even during the pay-per-view, sometimes they be having some segments. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to chill with that, bro. Or you could talk about the Bloodline story. That's one of the biggest stories to happen in modern history. And they made a ton of money off of that, bro. You want to know why? Because all those guys were charismatic and there was a lot of star power, not because of the wrestling. And if you just want to talk about wrestling, some of the biggest stars in history weren't even 5-star wrestlers, and they're still legends in this business. Y'all like to talk about John Cena not being a great wrestler, but he's a top 5 superstar of all time in WWE. In wrestling, not just WWE, in wrestling. Y'all want to talk about LA Knight not being that good in the ring. LA Knight is over, and he's charismatic. And he's on his way to become world champion soon. Jey Uso. Jey Uso is also charismatic. He could talk on the mic, and he has charisma. Something that most of these jobbers don't have. That's why they put the world belt on him. And listen, for those of y'all crying about Sami Zayn and stuff like that, listen, I'm okay with Sami Zayn, I guess, and I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's okay, I guess. Listen, if they can put the world title on Jey Uso, they're gonna put the world title on Sami Zayn. they're gonna put the world title on Sami Zayn. Like, it's they're gonna make it happen at this point. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, all these people got over not because of their wrestling, because they had great characters and they had great charisma. And we'll talk about John Cena real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like I said many times before, I don't know much about the older stuff that happened, but I can tell you this. John Cena got over because of his Thugonomics character, not because of his wrestling skills. Like, if you really think about it on paper, bro, the Thugonomics character, bro, that he had, it was really just a goofy rapper gimmick, and he made it work. He made the gimmick work, and he got over on his own. And that's the problem with these people because they just expect everybody to get their chance, even though these people don't have no charisma or these people are not over, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like, if you clearly see that they don't have any momentum or they're not over, then don't even give them a chance at all. Dominic Mysterio turning heel on his dad. That's a big moment in wrestling. And now he's still an Intercontinental Champion. You want to know why? Because he's charismatic. And the storyline with him and his dad, that drew money too. WWE knows what's best for business when it comes to this stuff, bro. Because they mainly draw sports entertainment. You don't want to be just like AEW, where you just have nothing but hardcore death matches every single week. And that's why their ratings are low. Like, I saw a dude from a tweet. I saw a tweet from a dude. I don't know why I reversed that, but I saw a tweet from a dude earlier today that was celebrating because AEW Collision had beaten NXT on the ratings this week. Like, why are we celebrating that, bro? This is our first time beating NXT in like 5 months. Like, calm down, bro. Calm down. But yeah. So that's why AEW is failing, because that's all Tony Khan focuses on. And that's my next video. You know what I'm saying? Tony Khan. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, bro. If it was just about wrestling, right? If it was just about, the scripted wrestling, right? So you want to talk about the wrestling being so real stuff, and then, so what about the pinfalls? What about the tap outs then? What about all that stuff? Because you have to find a way to draw yourself to the casual audience, bro. Because that's really who matters, bro. Not these neckbeards that just camp on Discord and Twitter all day, just looking at these people and just be like, oh my god, they're such great wrestlers, man. Look at them. That's why NXT Black and Gold failed. Because it was a bunch of non-charismatic guys taking over the company and having all these championship meaningless title reigns, bro. And the people who were charismatic were stuck in the performance center. And most of them are either still stuck in that performance center, or they just got let go, bro. Or if they are being used on TV, they're not that good. Or they're not being used right. It's year 1 or 2. So that's the thing with that, bro, because this is something that a lot of people need to understand, bro. Like the star ratings and like match ratings and stuff like that, none of that stuff matters. If you really got to sit here and listen to Dave Meltzer and his foolishness and everything he has to say every single time about these 5-star matches and stuff like that, like come on, bro. Because we all know Dave Meltzer is biased. Dave Meltzer got to be the most biased person in wrestling, bro. And Gady from New York, yeah, I'm going him too, because he's a flip flopper. Like, how do you go from loving AEW so much, and now you want to criticize the company? Like, AEW was never good to begin with. Like, now you want to switch up, and now you want to talk about how great that is? Like, come on, man. You might as well stay with your first instinct. Because that's all Dave Meltzer does. Dave Meltzer, he just putting like 1 star, 2 star, 3 star on WWE matches. And then if it's something like New Japan or like AAA or something like that, it's nothing but 5 stars, close to 6 stars. And nobody gonna remember it because nobody watches the indies. Okay? So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this. I had to come on here and tell y'all why WWE is successful. It's because of sports entertainment, not wrestling. And we're just gonna move on with that, man. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this. Comment down below what y'all think about this topic as always. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.